I'm going to sit here a few seconds longer. Pretend like I don't know that I've done. I have forgotten to turn my alarm on twice this week, so I can have another boomer moment and get away with it. Hey, welcome to Friday night, the week before Friday the 13th of March. I'm your host, Bryon Lape, the Lifting Nerd. No, I'm Channel Dad. Oh, I don't know who I am. You are on the Fancast, episode 118. And everybody's left me but Seth, so say hello.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
You sound like Phil. I keep forgetting to tell you that. I don't know if you've ever listened to the old show. You don't whine as much.
Yeah,
but
I've heard of everything.
So, what's his nuts is not here. What does he go by? Tab and Die has decided not to show tonight because I don't pay him to be here. So he said, I'm not showing. And I haven't heard from anybody else. I've sent the link out. For a moment, we almost had Reality's Frank coming back to say hello, but he decided to be chicken and drop out of town or get drunk or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's like, I understand the energy thing because he's been out of it for a long time. And it is sometimes hard to kind of like, go talk about something that, I think part of it too is a lot of the topics we have to talk about anymore are they're just so sad, right? We're not sitting here saying, oh my gosh, did you guys see the latest trailer to Whiz Bang Zuzu Watts? I can't wait to see that movie. Everything's just kind of, I mean, even the Wonder Woman trailers are like, yeah, okay. Yeah, Orange Man bad. Lightning,
I really like the Wonder Woman trailer.
No, that's because you're young and don't know any better.
Whatever.
Well, what do we want? You guys wanted to talk about the Batmobile, right? Or you were bringing it up? I don't know.
Yeah, but there's nobody that we can argue with. Like I wanted to argue.
What was the point you guys were talking about?
Well, Frank and them was talking about how that, the Batmobile is supposed to look certain ways, and how that this one on the Pattinson Batman just isn't the right looking Batmobile.
Keep talking. My dog's got something. Go give me a treat. I can't.
And I mean, I agree. All the movie Batmobiles do look really, really cool. But if you think about living in a place like New York City or Chicago or whatever Gotham is supposed to be, I'm believing Chicago with all the shootings. You don't want a long Batmobile. The animated series, Batman 89, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, the Nolan trilogy. That was an okay Batmobile. Somebody said BVS, the Batmobile, and that. I mean, even the Lego Batmobile. All those Batmobiles are so long. Why do you want such a long vehicle to just run around a city, a tight, controlled city? It just doesn't make any sense. So our argument was the fact that the length of a Batmobile.
Okay, sorry. What do you mean by long? I mean, okay, the 66 Batmobile is...
the 66 is different.
That's a converted Cadillac, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, Ford or Lincoln.
Ford or Lincoln, okay.
Yeah. That's different. That's a car. That's different. But I'm talking like, have you noticed all the movie Batmobiles are just ridiculously long?
No, I guess I didn't notice that. I mean, the ones which one had Morgan Freeman in it?
That is, that's the Nolan trilogy. Which that one's a little short.
Right.
But,
I mean, that one's almost like a 4-wheel drive. It splits. It has the big wheels and all that crap.
Yeah, that one more along the lines. I would bet honestly that's built on a like 3500 chassis, which trying to maneuver that thing around a town, that would be painful.
So you're talking a truck chassis, right?
Yeah, like a dually chassis.
Right.
I would imagine. I don't know for sure. I do know it's got a 427 big block Chevrolet motor in it. Like
Right.
the actual vehicle that they used in the shots was a frame with the body constructed on it, and it had a big block Chevy motor on it. I do know that. But I mean, if you're looking,
so, I went and looked at some. So the Michael Keaton Batmobile, I don't know. To me, it looked like there was a Hot Wheels car that looked like that back in the 70s with that jet engine.
Yeah.
Nonsense. All right, so I found a picture of a whole mess of them together. So that. All right, so now compared here, I think I see what you're talking about, but I don't think they're longer than like a Corvette or something like that, are they?
Let me see.
Well, let me bring this up in what have I got to do this in so that you can see it? I got to do it.
Just screen share it, but don't hide all your porn.
What is this? This is all live action Batmobiles. So is it showing? So there you go.
Yeah.
So here, this is the one. I mean, this is the 66 Batmobile, and then we have the Michael Keaton Batmobile, I think. And I guess, did they use that same one in all of the Joel Schumacher movies?
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't know what the heck these two are. This is the one from the Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, all right. Christopher Nolan, and then to the right is Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
To the right of that is Batman Forever.
Okay.
And then the two.
I guess
Tim Burton.
I don't think they're that long. I don't think these things are as big as you think they are. I mean, you think of like a Corvette.
Look at the one from the Tim Burton movie.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle that in a city?
You just drive around the corner.
No.
Do you drive in the city much?
That thing, huh?
I don't think this thing's any longer than a Corvette. I mean, it's got some bump.
Ridiculous.
This stuff out front, yeah. But think of like or a Camaro. Those are longer vehicles. Or even like a Delta 88 or something like that. Those are pretty long. Cadillac?
I don't know.
Seville?
But look at how much space you have from the front bumper to the cockpit.
That's like parallel parking. It would be a pain. 12 feet.
That's got to be 10 to 12 foot.
Yeah, we need something with dimensions.
I know.
Because this ranked them, but yeah, it doesn't say.
I just think the drivability of them is so just out of just awful.
Well, the drivability, yeah.
That was the whole argument. That was the whole thing. Kit and caboodle is like imagine trying to drive that through like New York or Chicago, wherever.
420, yes, 420. I was scraping.
Yes, my daughter's talking too.
Like the very, like,
I said she could come on.
I made my people leave.
I told her it was just the two of us. I said you could join us. Well,
but
I thought you didn't want to be on the show. Oh, I mean, maybe, but they're zipping around corners, and usually down in city streets, you're talking 4 lanes in many cities or more.
Yeah, but still, that's a long car to try to drive.
Yeah, I think you're just used to short cars, because you go look at some 70s cars, Ford LTD2s and some of these things that,
But no. I'm sorry. You're not talking about the same car. You could handle. I could take a Cadillac and probably drive it easier than one of those Batmobiles.
Well, I think drivability, yeah, and I don't think length has anything to do with it, because these things are just made to be to show and look nice or look.
You're not a driver, are you?
Yeah. I'm not a driver.
You're not a. You don't drive like. You haven't driven like race cars or anything, have you? You
Not
always
full,
on short wheelbase.
not full race cars. No, but I mean, I've driven some larger vehicles. I mean,
Well, yeah.
I've driven trucks a few, well, not like semis or anything. I mean, I learned to drive in Germany. My dad had, we had a Volkswagen bus at the time, and then
Nice.
he got rid of that, sold that, would turn it in for a Volvo 740 Turbo. And then I've also driven, he had a used, when his friend of his went to Spain, he bought his used Fiat Spider off of him. So that thing sat like 4 inches off the ground. So, and I've driven that in excess of 100 miles an hour. I mean, 35 years ago. The Volvo about 150, but that's on the Autobahn. I'm not going around a track, tight turns or anything. Now, I will say this: the handling is probably crap because it's more of a show car, and so the weight balance is going to be all messed up. But I don't think it's too long to turn. But I think as far as
if you were chasing a bad guy, would you rather drive the Tim Burton Batmobile, or would you rather drive a 1967 Camaro? You know what I'm saying? Like, drive something. Oh, hey, there's Tommy.
What's up?
There's Tommy. Well, he's griping about the Batman, the movie Batmobiles.
They're long.
He thinks they're too long to drive. I think it's just a weight imbalance thing. I don't think they're as long as he thinks they are. I think here's what I'm hearing. These cars are 20 foot long. You can't drive them around town.
That's true.
Thank you. Tommy's a driver. He knows.
Hey, I think I'm beating you now, Seth.
Man, mine's just pulled down a little bit. You got wings. But listen, well, yeah, mine does too. But you can't, like, the problem with the long Batmobiles is trying to turn in the city. You can't make high speed turns. You can't power slide it around turns. You can't do stuff because you're going to take out 3 or 4 cars with that that long Batmobile.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like driving a limo.
Thank you. It would be awful.
Yeah, I don't think they're that long. Now the Christopher Nolan Batmobile thing. That thing's like a squash Hummer. That would be tough to turn. Although with I don't know, with the independent front suspension, because those wheels, they lean. Do the rear wheels turn too, or just the front wheels?
Just the front.
Because it is independent suspension.
It's a lot shorter. No, it's a solid axle rear end.
Well, no, the front end though. I thought the front end was split so that it could turn faster.
Yeah, the front end is split.
Don't it depend too? Is it like with him doing sharp turns? Yeah, but if it was just like a straight shot drag race, he would be better off with a stretch car because you stretch him.
Yeah. You're lower to the ground. You're stretched out, and you're ready to roll.
I don't know. Hey, I mean, in this picture that I showed here, Tommy, this is what I showed. I shared them. I don't know. Can you see, or are you just on your phone?
I am just on my phone.
Okay, but
do you have headphones?
No. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, just make sure you can hear us, and there's not an echo.
Oh yeah, I can hear y'all great. I got the new iPhone 11 Pro.
Oh, shut your mouth!
I swear I do. I just got it like last week.
Well, I got Taco Bell, so suck it.
I got Mamma Mia's.
Nice.
It was good. You know, I've been in a while.
All right, but yeah, show us that picture. Can you show? I wonder if he can see it.
Yeah, sorry. Dogs were pestering me again.
Oh.
I've only been doing this show for over 2 years. You'd think my wife would be like,
Now, was the Black Knight one? Was like it kind of looked like a military vehicle? Was that one stretched?
That's the one we're talking about from the Christopher Nolan trilogy. The Dark Knight and the Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
All right.
But see, now granted, it's hard to tell because they have them lined up for the shot. But I don't. This one looks pretty big, but this one, other than the stupid fins off the back and the crap in the front, doesn't seem that much longer than the '66 Batman. And so,
Why did they get rid of the red though? The red looked good on that car.
I don't know. Because Schumacher wanted to do, a darker. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you look at a Corvette Stingray, say from especially the mid '80s car, when they smoothed it out and it wasn't so curved in the front, that had a V8, right? I think in the front, but that was a lot of hood.
Oh yeah.
And there wasn't much
what?
behind you. There wasn't much of a trunk behind you. It was a lot of hood. I mean, you sat almost on the rear wheels. Tell me I don't have anything else. Now it's a front engine vehicle. It's not a mid engine. But now what this is supposed to be, being a turbine and all that, the weight distribution, yeah, that thing would be tough to power slide. I don't think it's a wheelbase problem. It's just there's a lot of weight here. And if you power slide that around a 90-degree corner, there's a lot of inertia to the outside of that turn. And I think you're going to probably run into a building. You're going to slide right into a building. Now these, it's hard to tell. And then this thing's larger. But again, without any scale, if a person was standing here, you would know,
I just don't see the fact of putting the wheels in the front because it looks like it'd be so easy for someone to shoot out the front wheels or.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of weird. Well, he busts through walls and crap in that thing, doesn't he?
Yeah. So do you think they would pop or shred or something?
But as far as chasing a bad guy, yeah, they're all impractical. I mean, I think the '66 Batman is the only one that's got in because that's based on a real car. That's the only one that seems, although the steering wheel on that is a little bit tough to kind of torque around very well.
Now, what did y'all see the the new Batman where it's got Batman and all of them in it, Justice League? Did y'all see the car in that one?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that movie yet, so no.
Yeah, he's in the yellow building.
I didn't care for that one. It was too.
Avengers came out, so could you really? I was more worried about the Avengers movie than I was the other Justice League.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the whole DC, they try to catch up to Marvel in one movie, Batman versus Superman. That's like 5 years of MCU storytelling in one movie, and it really shows. But yeah, I didn't see that one. Was that one any good, or was it with the Batman?
It's what you expect.
Oh, well, it's a movie car, impractical, doesn't really work. Looks cool on camera, right?
So
I mean,
the
okay.
1989 Batman, the length is 260 inches. Break that down into feet. That's
is that from the extension, the bumper extension to the fin? You said 260?
Yeah, just 260 inches.
Are you sure?
260.7 inches. I'm looking at it right now on Wikipedia.
I mean, that's almost 20.
Like they have all long. 21.7.
Yeah.
Now, in the 1966 Batman, or 60s, whatever, it was 226 inches long.
Oh, come on, she's so low. Oopsie, I'm feeding.
But that's based on a real car too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that one, you sit more in the middle, so the weight distribution is better.
Yeah.
I mean, of all of them, that's the only one I could believe you could chase somebody in.
Batman Forever is 300 inches.
Oh.
Good gosh.
That's 25 feet. I mean, that is a Cadillac then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess these things are larger than I think they are. Batman Forever?
Yeah, Batman and Robin,
Is that the one with Bruce?
396 inches,
Yeah, I don't know if I trust this.
33 feet. God dang.
Now, is that the one with Mr. Freeze in it?
No,
Batman and Robin, yeah.
I don't want to play.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Moira, but man,
Holy crap.
I wonder if the things have power steering.
The Dark Knight trilogy, they had to have power steering. The Dark Knight trilogy was 15 feet 2 inches.
Nobody is countering. Like, oh my god, this is stupid. I'm switching to Moira. I guess we're carrying.
That's a boat. I mean, literally.
Yeah, dude. Holy crap. Now the Batman v Superman movie, that one was 240 inches. So it's around 20 foot. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I found an article about, I guess, the Batman evolution of the Batmobile. So the Batman Forever, or Batman Returns. So Burton's team scrounged up two 1974 Chevy Impala chassis. Each was lengthened and then fitted with a new suspension and extra wide tires. Working from a 23-foot long model, the team employed custom molding, Kevlar, and 6-layer paint job. The Batman Forever.
What is this for?
Huh? That was for Batman and Batman Returns.
Okay.
So, well, that was around 22 feet when they were done with it. You said, or 20, whatever, the 26,
Yeah.
21.6.
It was 21 point something.
So,
Yeah.
1995, we have Batman Forever. It features, car features a custom chassis, fiberglass exterior, and is illuminated from inside. Okay, boasts a speed of almost 140 miles an hour thanks to the Chevy 350. And it features independent rear suspension there. Now that you might be able to take some corner. I mean, granted, I don't think you're going to be going 70 around a hairpin turn downtown. But it doesn't say. But the Batman and Robin. Yeah, it doesn't say how long it was. The set had 25-foot flame out the back with the aid of propane tanks. So, the Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises, the Tumbler, blah, 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 coolest features. So the RWD vehicle features a 1,500 horsepower jet turbine engine fueled by high-performance gasoline nitromethane mixture.
The 1989 Batmobile can only do a 45 mile an hour turn. And that's with the help of a grappling hook.
Which one?
1989.
Oh, okay.
But I have seen a school bus drift before.
Yeah, no.
Shut up, Tommy. We all have. But that thing was built.
Yeah, counterweighted too, probably, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably like a super hyped up engine.
Although it probably could drift at 10 miles an hour on snowy roads.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see. And I thought it would look like it was a Hummer chassis. So it is a Hummer chassis on that last one.
That's what it looked like, a Hummer.
But it was it looks as a Hummer crossed with a Lamborghini Countach. Now there's a car. That was, what are the dimensions of a Countach? That thing looked awesome on a poster, but it was crap to drive.
Mm-hmm. I heard they're really hard to see out of.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
In all directions.
Dude, wait, where I just seen it. The Tumbler was 2.5 tons.
Yeah. It needs a 15
Good
horsepower
gosh.
engine just to move it. Well, Countach is
How
163
many
inches
gallons to the
long.
mile does it get?
Do what?
What?
How many gallons to the mile does it get?
Well, its turbine's probably pretty good, actually.
It's a jet engine. It's all.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, turbines, that's what the diesel turbines, what they use on trains, and they get something ridiculous amount. but you know,
Oh,
they
yeah,
cost.
that's true.
They weigh
Yeah.
4,000 pounds too. So the Countach is 13.5 feet long. So we're another 10 feet bigger than those things.
The Batmobile from Batman v Superman has a maximum turn speed of 19 miles per hour. You have to slow down to 19 to make a turn. That is awful.
Yeah, but what's the turning? What's the radius of that turn?
Yes.
I don't know if they have that
I mean, that's
listed.
worse than a fire truck.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's awful. Imagine chasing somebody
So,
in that
half
thing.
that movie had to be CGI or something because you saw him do turns like amazingly.
Or sped
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
They're coming this way.
just filming at 30 frames per second and speed it up to 60 or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like Days of Thunder. They talked about, you know, they did some stuff at speed, but you can tell when they go by that things are sped up.
Get her. Woo.
You know,
Oh,
the giveaways are usually blades of grass. Ironically enough, they shake way too fast.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if your grass is shaking like that, you better run.
Are the trees in the background?
Right, you're right. Swaying like they're in 120 mile an hour
Yeah.
tornadoes.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
Or faster, I guess. Some tornadoes be. I know the ones that hit was at Nashville that got hit this past week.
Yeah, I
160,
think it was Nashville.
like 160 mile an hour winds, something like that.
Did y'all see where it was icing this morning?
Oh yeah. Lape doesn't know. He doesn't live around here.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
But we had snow this morning, about 10
Oh.
o'clock though. It snowed for
Lucky
about half an
y'all.
hour.
Yeah,
It
but
didn't
you probably
stick.
got a lot of snow.
No, it didn't.
It
stick.
didn't?
No,
Oh.
but it's freaking cold today. It's windy and all day.
My kids have sleds they haven't been able to use in 3 years. I have never got to take my kids out sled riding.
Oh wow.
It sucks, man. I bought all some like all-terrain tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 37 here tonight. It's gonna get down to 27 overnight. But
About 41.
well, that's kind of weird because my in-laws in Richmond, they've been, well, I don't, this year they didn't, but there's been several times where my wife's like, oh, I want to go over there. They get all the snow and we get nothing. So
Where we're at, we're kind of in a valley that holds a pocket of drier, warm air.
yeah.
So it doesn't matter. All the surrounding area could be cold, and we won't get nothing.
Yeah. See, Knoxville is similar to that.
Yeah.
So, and that sometimes happens here in Cincinnati because within the 275 belt, it's not only the geography, but there's a pocket. Sometimes arrows sit there, and you'll look at a weather radar, especially when it comes from the west, and it hits 275 on the west side, and it splits and it goes around, and you see the snow is all on the outside of the belt, and then it comes back together on the east side. It's funny. With the river there and everything else, it does all kinds of wacky stuff. And there's been a couple times where we've gotten very little. So sometimes the river will be warmer. It'll come out of the north. We'll get a little bit of snow. And it'll go across the river in Kentucky. It'll just get dumped. And they don't have very many snow plows. But yeah, but I will agree. I didn't realize those things were that long. When I see people standing next to them, they don't look like they're 30 feet long. I guess that's the problem. You know, you see someone standing next to a limo, the thing looks huge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So with it sculpted and everything like that, maybe it's deceiving how big those things are. Plus, they're impractical. And yeah, you're chasing somebody in one of those.
So which one was your favorite Batmobile?
Well, we haven't got to that yet, Tommy.
All right. Well, I'll answer that question first. I liked the original 66 Batmobile and the first Batman 89. The rest of them, I mean, I didn't understand the tank thing, although that made it kind of modern. They got with the there was original movies that were the original, but after Keaton, they got real ornate and silly, and you know.
Yeah.
Wow, what the heck is your deal, dude?
But I think that you know,
Um,
granted, I guess it's maybe the one I grew up with. I still like that original 66 Batman.
Yeah.
I love this.
I think the Tumbler would be fun to play with and drive, but I'm really digging the new Batmobile for the new movie.
I like the 66 one. I like the military one until it turns into a bike.
Yeah, I
it
didn't
was
like that.
cheesy. It was just too cheesy. I was like, where's that thing hiding? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Have you seen the new? The reason why we're talking about this is because of the new pictures of the new Batmobile got released. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't seen them yet.
Lape, do you have them?
No, I don't. Let me see if I can do a search. I was wondering
If you
what
can do
brought all this up.
oh,
So what's
Oh,
are they calling?
there's-
Oh no!
The
I mean,
Robert
with the
Pattinson
red
Batmobile?
lights.
I think so.
Now, those are awfully dark.
If you look on the
images.
Fancast, page, I posted about it
They got
a couple days ago when it released.
Oh my god.
Oh, now the dogs are whining at my feet. A few days ago.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 days ago. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
2 days.
that's what I'm looking at. It's not really much of a
I didn't want to do that.
leak with the red lights. I don't know. It looks like someone blew out the back of a Cobra.
Oh my god, I tried so hard to block you.
I think it looks freaking awesome.
We're fine.
See, and that almost looks like a
You're literally fine.
the
Screen
day.
share.
Hold on. I'm trying to get the
Oh, I did not.
ad to get out of the
He
way.
punched me. They kept punching
I'm trying to decide if this is going to be worth it. All right, I think it'll work. It's like the Daytona, I think is what I'm thinking
They're,
of.
I was thinking it looks like a cross
it's actually like a good team.
what is it? A Lincoln Pantera, because it's a mid-engine car.
It kind of reminds you, they just look like they tried to make a drag car.
Kinda, yeah. See the roll cage and everything in it.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, it's the Batman Year One stuff where
It looks like it's got
it's
the
Batman
punch.
where, huh?
It looks like it's got punch buggy tail lights. Just stretched.
You like the Doom buggy?
Yeah, the Doom buggies.
Yeah, like the Doom buggy, like back fenders. Yeah, kinda. But from what I've heard, it's Batman like beginning his being Batman, where he doesn't have all the technology yet. He doesn't have all the fancy stuff. So, I don't know. I like it. Dude.
So is this supposed to be part of the DCEU, or is this just a side movie now?
No,
Or have they given up
I
on
think
that?
it's a side movie.
Okay.
It's that who was the creator? The director or whatever. I don't remember.
So is the DCEU done then?
I don't know.
Because we had the Justice League, but I thought that they were left something out that there's a bigger bad coming or something. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
They might. I've seen them all except for that Harley Quinn stuff.
Yeah, I saw the preview.
Matt
for
Reeves.
that.
Matt Reeves.
Yeah, right there, Matt Reeves.
And it's supposed to be out June 25th, 2021.
Oh, next
It'll be
year?
next year.
wow.
Oh
Well,
I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, they got
Question
Wonder
for you.
Woman coming out this year. So go ahead, man.
Yeah.
so they were talking, and they relate Batman to Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
With the money thing and everything. So if you took the money away from Batman and Iron Man, who's better?
Batman.
Batman has martial arts, but Iron Man still has his intelligence.
I mean, Batman is on the same level smarts wise as Tony Stark. I mean, that pains me
Really?
to say because I love Tony Stark. Oh yeah.
I
I
can't
mean,
agree
maybe-
with that.
I don't know about the science aspect of his knowledge, but I don't think that there isn't anything practically that he can think of that Batman can't think of.
Yeah.
Tony is an excellent scientist. I mean, the
Yeah.
science aspect of it, I think he would outdo Bruce Wayne that way. But as far as practicality, as far as your general crime fighting and whatnot, I think he would be just leaps and bounds better.
But you would still have Iron Man without the money because he built a suit without money in the very first one.
That thing was junk.
It still works.
He used it to barely.
But if you took Batman's money away, would he still have his gadgets, his cars? He'd just be a ninja.
Yeah.
I still have to go with my Tony Stark.
Don't get me wrong, I love Tony Stark, but he's not as he did become fearless towards the end of his run, but there for a little while he was just a glorified dude in a trash can, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Without it, in the first Avengers movie, Captain America said it best: "Take off the suit, and what are you? Nothing."
A billionaire playboy.
Whatever. Shut up. Yeah, you know.
I remember that one too.
Yeah, I know.
But I see it from this point though. Batman's always stuck to his roots.
Yeah. Morally, I think Batman's on top. Crime fighting. I just always have thought Batman had a better moral compass than Tony Stark.
They both are missing parents, so they both have a similar story. It's like they were written by the same person.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The only reason why I don't want the DCEU to end is because I want to keep seeing Shazam and Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
I liked Wonder Woman. I didn't like Shazam.
Shut your mouth.
No, it was. It felt like a movie I was going to take my kids to.
Yeah.
I know. I want stuff like Deadpool. Like.
But that's not Shazam.
Oh, I know.
Shazam is a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah. That turns into a grown man when he wants to.
But with the mentality of a 15-year-old.
True. I mean,
So
I liked it until the end. It just seemed like it was written. I was looking for more of a twist at the end.
How so? Like, what would you have done?
Instead of knowing who the villain was the whole time, make one of the kids that was living in the house be a villain. You see, because we knew the whole time that he's going to face the villain through the whole movie.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I didn't like it. It just seemed like it was too given to you what was going to happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's also an origin story.
Oh yeah, true. Is that how it went in the origin?
Depending on the comic, I have quite a few comics of Shazam. I have about 3 different year ones, or the first issues, and one I have from back in 1987 when Shazam, it was a relaunch point in 1987. What was the dude's name? The bad guy. I don't remember. The bald dude?
Yeah.
That was his uncle in the comic.
Ah.
And he was a scientist that was trying to accumulate great power. And what he was doing was he convinced the court system to give him custody of Billy because he knew the power that he possessed.
Yeah.
And so it was all about trying to harness the power. And once he got Billy in custody, he took him back to the house and pretty much put him in a dungeon.
See, why couldn't they go
and
with
wouldn't let
that?
him out?
That seems like a better story. I would have enjoyed that one more.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they made it too kid friendly.
Well, they had to change it up because they weren't going anywhere with Batman and Superman because them movies in the DC, they just sucked.
Well, Shazam, I feel like if you're going to target the kids' audience, not Shazam, because my kids had never heard of Shazam. I remember.
I had heard of him briefly.
Yeah.
He was originally Captain Marvel.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was originally
That's right.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, didn't they have like owner rights or something and they had to change the name?
They created the character first. Marvel created a character and then patented it and then made DC change their character that they had longer.
Ah. Now, did the old wizard guy look like that in the comic books?
He was a white dude.
I was curious. Well, I wasn't worried about that. I was just saying he just... Did he fit the role for you?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
I mean, I like
probably one of my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, that and Aquaman, dude. Those are my 2 favorite.
I loved Aquaman. I don't know if it was the special effects they did because it looked great, or just when he threw a punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, it was I just really enjoyed that they made it not your typical boring looking Aquaman. They gave him. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Aquaman's my least favorite, but I love his movie.
Right. He was so funny in Justice League.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Lape, Prime's in the chat. Or and coming in. Yeah. Oh, what happened?
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Gone.
Guys, it's about time you show up, man. What you doing?
Sorry, fellas. Took me a while to get here.
Hey.
So see, there I was. Sorry to interrupt. Can I jump in?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Sure.
All right. Well, there I was trying to fix my computer and ran a virus scan on it, and it came up with a virus. And it just so happened at the same time I was drinking a Corona. So I had a coronavirus moment. Boom. I'm okay now. I wash my hands.
That does sound good.
Corona's piss beer, man. Come on.
No, you gotta get that Bud Light Platinum.
You gotta get some Sam Adams up in this piece.
I like.
He was the original agitator.
I like Land Shark.
I've never had that.
Yeah. Prime. This is my buddy Tommy.
What's up,
Tommy? This is my buddy Prime.
Well, if it isn't Tommy. And I am Prime
We're
Groover
Boogly Brothers.
tonight. You guys
Yeah,
are
man.
rocking some beards there. I feel a little left out. I can only get a chin little. We call it a chiba, a little chin chiba. It's not even a full goatee. Yeah, check that out, man.
I've just started finally growing a beard. I usually just do a chin strap.
Yeah, I had a chin strap.
Oh yeah, you did the chin strap for like a hot minute.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, it's only taken me like 4 months to grow this.
You guys
So
let
that
it go
ain't
on
too
the
bad.
neck as well?
Nice.
I did.
No.
He cleans his. I kind of go mountain man.
I think you kind of have to
And
until you find a happy medium and then you start trimming it. Appalachia looks kind of like he's having he's like Abdul al-Baghdadi up in there with his little hat there. There he is. Oh, yeah. Check it
Yeah,
out.
I got the widow's peak, so I'm not going to grow my hair out that long.
That's all right. That's all right. Got the Eddie Munster happening.
Yes.
So what do y'all fine gentlemen talking about?
Batman.
Batmobiles.
Ask
Batmobiles.
Ask
Can you
you,
drive
Seth.
them downtown?
Hello, Channel Dad.
I'm only half listening because the dog
Yeah.
keep misbehaving, so I'm having to
Okay.
mute myself.
All right, Prime, I asked Seth this. I want to ask you. If you take Iron Man and Batman's money away, who's stronger?
Batman.
I just don't see it when Iron Man can still make a suit with no money because he's done it in the desert.
Yeah, but did you see that suit? Look like something out of a barbecue pit or something.
Hey, it still won now. It still got through, and it still whooped him at the end.
True.
At the first
But I think that Bruce Wayne works out a heck of a lot more, and he's more pissed off at things. So that's a big motivator.
Wait, is it better to be pissed off or calm in a fight, though? Because Iron Man could be really mad but still calm in a fight.
I'd want a guy with feral rage, just crazy
That's
guy.
true.
I mean, different types of, approaches here. You could be a cool tacticianer, or you could be a guy that you just throw at the whole crowd of people that are coming after you, and he's good for a hot minute till he gets his, and you still got a little time to figure things out. So I would say they both have to team up with
Yeah.
no money. No money having superhero team up. DC Marvel.
Didn't they have a comic book where they both came together? DC and Marvel?
I don't know.
They did for a very short time. Somebody
Yes.
Marvel screwed DC over, and now the owner of DC Comics has the comic framed in their office to look at it so that they make sure it never happens again.
Wasn't
the
it
Star
like
Wars
Captain-
holiday special.
That's less worse. So there you go. Which trilogy would you rather watch? The Star Wars holiday special and the 2 Ewok movies, or Disney Star Wars?
Disney Star Wars. Caravan of Danger, or whatever that one was. Caravan in backyard of Lucas's ranch.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
those movies did actually have theatrical releases in France. Both of the Ewok movies.
You know what else happened in France?
Corona.
They lost every single war after Napoleon.
Yeah, I know. And he was Italian, but don't tell him.
Wasn't he one of the Ninja Turtles? Hey, what do we have here? We have pizza. And this is my Waterloo.
No, but he was in Bill and Ted's. So
Yes, he was.
he did
Yes,
go
he
to the
was.
slide. Looks like Appalachians
All right. Winston was
found something better to do.
No, I'm just listening.
So we talked
okay, man.
about Rian Johnson's trilogy.
Not yet.
What?
We haven't gotten
Can,
that far, man.
we,
We're talking cars for 50 minutes.
can we
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about? Can we talk about how I watched Knives Out the other night, and I actually liked it.
What
Okay,
was
I
it?
mean,
Knives Out.
The murder
I haven't
mystery that
heard of
isn't a
it
murder
yet.
mystery.
It's in Redbox. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, it's actually really good.
well, Looper
So
was
much so
good.
that my wife, I didn't like Looper. I mean, I watched it and I might have paid attention. I don't remember it, but
Don't you remember Brew Willie being in it?
yeah, I do. And I know that I've seen it, and I know that I don't remember paying. I don't remember it. I know that I've seen it, but
And then Emily Blunt trying to do a Southern accent. If you don't get out of my cornfield, I have a shotgun that'll split your head.
I don't remember it that well. It's been so long.
It's Emily Blunt.
I'm talking like 2011, 2012.
Right,
It's
but
been
I
a
thought
hot-
it was a good flick, and I didn't know about who this Rian Johnson was, and then he showed up to go do The Last Jedi, Last Brown Eye, and I was like, oh, if it's anything like Looper, it'll be cool with time travel and chicks with shotguns. No. So Knives Out, you liked it, huh?
Yeah, I actually did. So much so my wife wants the Blu-ray.
What was it that you liked about it?
Great question, Tommy.
I like the fact that the when you're watching murder mysteries, you form your opinion and you kind of sit there and just wait for it to line up. But there was never an opportunity that you could form a solid opinion. It kept the progress moving continuously all the way around. You never could quite figure out who the actual culprit was or why they did it. So
Like The Last Jedi.
there was a culprit. Yeah, I mean, but until the end, but it moved in a way that kept you captivated. Like I never once looked at my phone like it's getting late. I really need to go to bed. But it kept me hooked. I really wanted to hate the movie. I got so mad. Like when we cut it off, I was so mad that I liked it.
I guess the bigger question is, why are you mad that you liked it? Because you have to like, or you have to hate Rian Johnson?
It was a proxy thing. I didn't want to like it because of the damage that he had done.
In The Last Jedi, not Knives Out.
Yeah. Yeah, in The Last Jedi.
It's a different project, and honestly, you're not, or you, I don't think you're invested as much in Knives Out as you were with The Last Jedi. So,
right.
I'll give you two
But
words: Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson. Okay, let's do it better. Robert Downey Jr. messed up his life so bad and really hurt a lot of people, and then he finally got his crap together and came back, and he's now one of the most beloved actors in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
So it's a good flick. You know, you should like it.
I mean, I did like it. I just, I didn't want to like it because of, like, it's like, it's like if somebody does Tommy wrong, I'm going to be mad at the person that does Tommy wrong because that's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
But, if the dude that did it something wrong, like if he does something cool, I feel bad for liking that because he did my boy wrong.
So it's like he stepped on part of your childhood by messing with Star Wars, but then he makes a great movie.
Yeah.
I see.
So I went into the movie like not wanting to enjoy it, but enjoying it. It sucked.
You may have kicked
Quite
my
a
dog,
conundrum.
but you did a hell of a backflip. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yes.
That's awesome. And how well do you know each other? I mean, you guys are lifelong bros.
Tommy
right?
was in my wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was the good looking one.
With beard or without?
I had a chin strap then.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
I think he did. Let's go to Facebook and see if we can find.
Channel Dad, how's your chin strap coming along?
I don't discuss my personal life. That stays in the
Really?
bedroom.
Really? With the
Good.
first comment, like, "Hey, who wants a wife and 3 dogs?" Last week.
See, I have
Hey.
nothing.
Hey, Prime, he's got that Senator
I wear
Warren
my
look.
chin strap in the bedroom.
Wow.
Bro.
Oh, man. You're not going to have a Me Too moment come up here in the future because of your rambling days?
I don't know.
I don't remember those days.
Yeah. He's Me Too free.
Do you have a Halloween one?
Wow. I learned a lot out of that exchange. I'm serious.
But I wasn't.
You weren't some wild guy back in college?
Oh no.
No.
My food.
Y'all hear my daughter
Oh
talking?
God!
What'd she say?
Yeah, we can hear.
How did I?
Apple, what is your deal, man?
Shut up.
Every time she comes on,
What?
you're like, ah.
Who?
When or is it Tap when his daughter rolls up? She's
Oh,
like,
dude, it's Tap. Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Tap.
all right, I'm sorry.
Or it's LMP because LMP says he's gonna marry her.
What?
Yeah, dude. LMP
Channel
wants to marry her.
Dad? Did you know about this?
He calls him dad and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a running joke.
But he's nowhere near to act upon it, correct?
No, he's good. He's on the East Coast over in the Nueva York.
He's in New York.
There, well, wow, it tells you right there. Yeah, I mean, if he's coming up the street, he's gonna get a little red dot sight on his chest before he even makes it. So
Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna go in with my old.
that's what I would do.
Oh yeah.
Because old boy's gonna have
Maybe
to give up DNA
yeah.
and tell me his life story before he even thinks about marrying my daughter.
Yup.
And that includes my boys too. I'm gonna have to find out if this is some, chin strap merchant coming up, rolling up on my son. I'll be like, that's a nice chin strap. Now turn around and walk your ass out of here.
Okay.
Are you?
I appreciate it.
The show just seems to have stopped. What in the world?
No, I
What's
don't
the
want
next
to.
topic? Let's
step on
go on
over
to the
it.
next topic.
All right, what's the
Hey,
next topic?
hold that thought. I'm trying to do something. Hey, Lape, you on a screen share? Or how do I do it?
Yeah, go ahead and screen share, and then I'll.
How do I
add
do
it. The bottom, you should have some icons that say one of them has screen
it?
share.
Oh yeah, screen share.
And then you can choose whether you want to do a whole screen, if you want to do a program window, blah blah blah. I usually do the same, like a tab in my browser. That's all. And then it'll pop up in here, and then I can add it to the stream.
I'll have to add it to Chrome.
Are you kidding? I have slept.
Dang on it.
See you then.
That's elevator music for while you're doing this. Do 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 do.
How do you do this? Let me see if I can.
Shot caller. That's the only endorsement I give.
Oh, there it is. Share screen.
Dawa wanji go ba. Jedi. Ichawanichu.
Yeah.
All right, I think someone just popped
Can you
up.
see that?
But that was a mistake.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up.
They do. Put more alcohol in this? I don't know.
I'm gonna go full screen on this bad boy.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
No.
It's a wedding picture.
No,
Alright.
should I?
That's Tommy
I know what I've been doing.
right there.
Yeah, that's back when I was
With his-
skinny.
The little chin strap. Man, shut up. You about the same.
Oh no, I'm not.
We did,
I'm 250 pounds now.
Whatever. We did comic book superheroes.
Who's the Flash over there on the right with the huge
That's
mustache?
my buddy Justin.
All right.
Grandpa.
My buddy Justin. Yeah, we call him Grandpa. 'Cause he's a little bit older than all of us. That's
Is he
my
Lape
buddy
old
Curtis.
or
No, he's like
Are you
2 or
about to
3
be
years
like,
older than me.
To me,
okay?
you're.
I don't think he's 35 yet. I don't know.
Prematurely gray.
I never played Pokemon as a game.
No, he's not gray.
Oh,
Is it ever
It's just light. It's
premature?
just really bright outside.
okay.
Tommy, my buddy Ben, me, my wife, my buddy Brandon, my buddy Lewis, John Klein, which I'm not friends with him anymore, and then my buddy Philip.
I'll be right. I got
And
this.
Philip had a Batman shirt. John Klein had Green Lantern. Lewis had Spider-Man. Brandon
Who's that
had
person in the
Deadpool. I
white
had
dress?
Superman. My wife,
Oh,
Brandy.
okay. You just kind of skipped over.
Oh, well, she wasn't wearing anything superhero related.
She is a superhero, my man. You don't ever forget that.
Oh yeah. I had Superman. Ben had a Thor. Looked like chainmail, like Thor's outfit. Tommy had the Hulk. Curtis had Iron Man, and then there was Flash. So like we mixed it up between. I had too many people to do Power Rangers. I really wanted that.
Seems like the Flash should have been sporting Thanos. I mean, he's got the Thanos chin and everything.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, we just
Straight up a Thanos cosplayer.
We just thought it was funny giving that
Cool.
to the beast dude. Oh, there's my honeymoon. I don't know where that's. What are you doing there, computer?
Where is that?
Stop it. St. Martin.
Oh.
That was the view from my hotel. Oh, there's my truck.
That
That was what we left off in the.
He doesn't know who Sanford and Son is. Come on.
You know what? It might trigger his
Yes,
brain
I
when he
do.
hears
I
it.
do know who Sanford and Son.
Okay.
I do know Sanford and Son.
Yeah, Tommy Prime is 6 months older than I am, so
You're damn right.
I heard a door creak, dude. I thought I was about to get my. I found something that
Get your new
happened
short?
from my fishing trip.
You weren't about to get no fire. I'm about to get some new shorts.
Yeah, I heard a door creak. And I was about to tuck and roll.
Oh yeah, man. Somebody
I'm
comes to
out of
my
it.
door, I'm gonna blast them. Yeah, you're gonna blast your underwear is what's gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
Let's be honest. The other night I kept hearing all these noises because the wife and our son went, they went skiing or snowboarding or some crap in Wintergreen. And all of a sudden I kept hearing all these creaks and this, and I was just there, and I said, "F this," and took a knife out of the knife area and just started walking around, poking at the corners before I went through. I'm like, somebody's here, they're gonna get cut. There was no heroic moment happening.
Right. It never is.
Yeah. And that was after I had to clean my shorts. Then I went poking around with the Ginsu knife.
I always kept a bat.
I haven't set up my security camera yet.
Yeah, bats are good. Because you can just,
I want to make a Negan bat from The Walking Dead.
Lucille.
Are you on a Lucille?
Man,
Yeah.
he took care of Glenn really
Yeah, a real
good.
one.
Have you been watching The Walking Dead any? Still?
No, after Rick left,
did.
I was like, no, the Whisper War. I saw 2 episodes and I was like, let me go watch The Expanse.
I stopped right before Rick died, and someone spoiled
Rick
it for
didn't
me.
die.
Huh?
Rick didn't die, though.
Oh, he didn't? Well, you just spoiled it for me
No.
again. I
Spoiler.
haven't watched that part.
Spoiler.
Well, don't go around saying something happened that something didn't happen.
Oh, I didn't know. I stopped watching because I thought he died. I was like, well, I don't want to watch this no more.
Well, did Rian Johnson's trilogy die? Let's talk about that. You want to lead us off there, Channel Dad?
Well, we have a new Bob in town. So when he starts rearranging the furniture and Lucasfilm gets castrated, what do you think he's going to do with that trilogy?
Is it like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic?
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. So
well, unless
sad.
they put what's his name in charge of everything's doing the Mandalorian, but
Now, who should be in charge? Should it be Dave Filoni or should it be the other chubby guy? What's his name?
Favreau.
Favreau, yeah. Brett Favreau, retired quarterback of the Green Bay Packers.
Well, Brett Favre, he's a guy, we got Brett Favre over there. He can throw it.
runs a bootleg and makes sure he throws it to his man.
They don't know what we're talking about. I don't know. Whoever has the bigger vision, that ought to be in charge. But that's about it. I don't know. I don't really know any more information about that trilogy or if it's happened or not happened. That was one of the things you guys put in the Facebook chat. Huh? I
don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think anything is going to happen. I think we're going to have a couple of Disney Plus shows, and that's about it.
Oh, you were talking about Disney. I thought you were talking about like in life.
Oh.
Go into stasis.
I don't like having numbers anymore.
Well,
Okay, come here. Appalachian American's favorite movie of the week, Knives Out. Don't you think that's going to add some credibility to Rian Johnson?
Maybe, but I mean, he needs to stay in his lane doing mystery movies or murders, mystery, whatever, because that actually works.
He was
Stay away
talking.
from science fiction.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
He was talking on some interview that they had that is he better with original material that he comes up with, or can he step into a universe that's already created? And of course he's like, well, I don't see that that anything's created and has to stay that way. I can just go ahead and do it myself and create my own. I'm more about the story and the characters. Yeah, sure. How did that bush take?
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't have anything from with an extensive background, then yeah, I mean, I think he does fine on it.
Tommy?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched any of the new Star Wars. I've tried. I've watched the first one they came out with, but I was always the original 3 will always have a special spot in my heart. The new ones they come out with, I can't make it through them.
Tommy, can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah.
If I have like a a fiery motorcycle accident or some kind of traumatic event, can you be there to give me a transfusion or just give me some blood so I can forget the shit that I just saw for the last 5 years? It might work. You never know. I would appreciate it. I know it's asking a lot.
I will say this. I've actually watched the cartoons of Star Wars they have going on. My boy watches them. But I can't watch the movies with him. It just ain't the same.
True.
No, the movie's horrible. They're poorly put together. They don't go anywhere. And now this latest trilogy. I mean, here's to me the really sad thing. Of the 5 movies Disney has made, Rogue One is head and shoulders above all of them.
Agreed.
And I like it less than any of the prequels.
Yeah.
And I don't like the prequels at all. So,
one of my buddies, the way he described it to me, he's like, a puzzle, like a 500-piece puzzle. That's how the original Star Wars was. But the new ones are kind of like the 4-piece puzzle for a 2-year-old. You just put them together. Takes 2 minutes and you understand all of it.
They're 12 pieces and 10 of them are missing.
Yes.
10 of them have coffee stains on them.
Yes.
It's interesting.
That's the thing, and they're all the same shape too.
Oh yeah.
I was just having this discussion with my son today. My granddaughter, she's 5, and I said, so has she started seeing the Star Wars films? Because my kids were all raised on Star Wars. I took all 3 of them to go see the Phantom Menace when it first came out in theaters in 1999. And we walked out of there going, what the heck was that? They had seen the previous, the OT. So the prequels, when, viewed singularly, didn't make sense. But when viewed together, it's a complete story. And I think Lucas was able to have, weave a thread there. So the question was so when is my granddaughter going to see it? And he goes, well, we're going to ease her into that, maybe, around 6, 7 years old. I said, okay. And he goes, well, Dad, how should I show it to her? I said, he goes, in like chronological order, or should we show him in, like release order? I said, definitely chronological, because we didn't have that opportunity to do that. I think someone watching the entire saga up until 6, you should watch it in chronological order. What say you all?
Yeah.
I
appreciate the
release
enthusiasm.
order. I think release order.
Release order, really?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because the original, they don't make as much sense. Well, it depends on which version of the originals you're watching. If you're watching the VHS tapes that I've got, which before Lucas started butchering the crap out of them,
right?
Then yeah, release order, because he changed some of the lore a little bit in the prequels, and then they redid them. I don't know, the 4th or 5th time he redid them, he made a lot of changes, especially in Empire. Because if you watch them in I mean, I can understand watching them in chronological order, but then some of the big reveals and surprises don't make any, they're not shocking anymore.
You don't get that. You don't get
Vader
that big reveal
reveal.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking about an 8-year-old,
which is funny because that wasn't even supposed to happen.
Wasn't supposed to happen.
James Earl Jones was like,
I read this, and
Yeah.
he's lying. He's got to be lying.
He was totally gobsmacked when he read the
Don't
script.
you? In the very first in Star Wars: A New Hope, it was just supposed to be a one-off movie, and they weren't going to say that it was his dad. They were just going to say that it was, Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had plans if it. The Splinter of the Mind's Eye was written in case it didn't do very well, but there was going to be a sequel, and that didn't have Han Solo in it. And actually, Leia is force sensitive in that movie,
Right.
in that book. Luke dies, and she uses the splinter to bring him back to life. So, but I think the thing to make Vader his father was done very late. I mean, the way Hamill tells the story, Lucas comes in and tells him what the line he's reacting to before they shoot the scene, and then, I mean, James Earl Jones, I think they had him do several lines, and then and then the thing to make, and then even in Empire, it's not really obvious that Leia's the sister. There's hinted at, and there was, I mean, good grief, back in the early 80s, we were speculating who was the other. And there was all kinds of rumors of a female that hadn't entered the scene yet.
Right. I remember everybody saying it was Boba Fett.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, there is another. And we're like, what? Oh,
right.
What?
But
Boba
with Lucas going through a divorce and the energy required to make those movies, he, I think, was sick of it. And he just kind of punted and Return of the Jedi and just said, yeah, it's Leia. I think it was going to be somebody else at one point.
Right. There's a really good book, audiobook. It's called The Secret History of Star Wars. And if any of you listen to it, I will be more than to send it to you. Because it actually goes into all those older kind of like ideas that Lucas had, and he never put in the film, which then later became things like there was a guy named Mace Windu, and he eventually became Mace Windu.
To the Windy, to the wall.
He's a Sith Lord.
Yeah, so I mean, it tells you the genesis of his ideas, and then how the progression moves along, and how he changed a whole bunch of things. But The Secret History of Star Wars.
I
Yep.
can't believe that car is like 30 foot long.
We're back to that. So I've said what I think's happening to Ryan's trilogy. What do you think?
What do who think? Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. Well, I believe that whole trilogy thing was promised on the back end of, like, quickly right after the last Brown Eye came out. I mean, it was mostly discussions, and they kind of kept it going. If it does happen, here's the big if. It's going to be set in such a different part of the galaxy, a different timeline. It's not even going to follow any of the storyline that we have, and I don't believe it's going to be a prequel, like a pre like Old Republic type thing. It's going to be some crazy time traveling, mess that he's going to put together. And if he does it by his own, by his own ideas, I think it may be pretty good, as described by some of his original works. Knives Out, Looper, Brick.
This represents Rian Johnson's trilogy. This stuff right here.
Okay. I honestly think if he's allowed to do what he wants to do in a galaxy far, far away, it would actually some original piece. It would actually be really good. Yeah, and I know I won't get an invitation for next week, but that's just how I feel. I don't like the guy. I think he's a pompous little prick. I think he serviced KK pretty well to get the whole deal done. But if he does his own thing, he is smart enough and talented enough to do his own thing. The problem that we all have is that he messed in our playground. He shit in our sandbox and didn't cover it up like a normal cat would. That's what I'm pissed off about. Some people would say he's brilliant because of the direction he took with the characters. And only time will tell how brilliant he was. I don't tend to believe that. I mean, there's just so this to me is like an ex-wife.
So, do you think there's any rebound for Star Wars?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are too many stories out there if done right, and if all this, agenda-driven crap is taken out of it, much like how Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing with Man, you're getting some stories. Yes, it's callback when we grew up, and all the stuff is reminding us of our childhood with the Boba Fett costume looking thing. I think there is a whole lot of Star Wars to be had.
Because, I mean, you think about it, now, with all the technology you have now for special effects and everything, special effects really wouldn't be hard to do Star Wars. It's the storytelling now, ain't it? Because
it's always about story. Always story. Even Lucas talked about it. If it does not have a good story, it doesn't matter which, whiz bang special effects, it won't be able to carry it. And then he made the
and that's proved it in the new ones.
Right. And you can't make a film by committee. Those had so many different people putting input in there. Like, we got to have this. We got to have the first lesbian kiss. We got to have, a black dude over here and two chicks here. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that to the story. Stick to what works. Occam's razor works really well in this situation. I mean, think of A New Hope. It was a collection of myths compiled together. It was done in the old, the time-tested World War II situation where you have the good and bad, and they were all battling against each other. And, I mean, Lucas copied so much. Well, it was an homage, as he calls it. But it worked.
My wife commented in the chat, "Hi, fellas. Hi, Tommy."
Oh, this is Appalachian American. That's funny. Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
It's my best Cecil. Hello.
Hi, I'm Cecil. Hey, hello.
Hello. I love Cecil.
App, you're way delaying. Are we delaying on you?
I don't know if he could
No,
tell.
you guys seem fine.
Well,
I'd have to.
No, I can't.
Here, I'll put my I'll put my camera on and I'll talk and then I'll stop.
All right, am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Let me refresh.
Yeah, there's like almost a full second from you can see him start to talk, but you don't hear anything. Oh, there's private chat. Not. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's whispering again.
Is that better?
Much.
Yep.
Cool.
So, that's how I feel about it. I kind of got swept up into the whole, Disney Star Wars sucks, so I have to hate it, and I have to hate Rian Johnson, and, can't like this stuff. And I found just going, I grew up with this material. It's still there. It's just progressed to a point where I'm not the same person as I was when I was 9 years old. You know? So the material can't be the same as when I was 9 years old, but it should follow a certain thematic thread. Now, some of the things there's merit. Okay, this Leia thing with being in space and flying back to the ship, and what he did was just kind of really stupid. But the story is about the Skywalkers, and it should stay that way. We're finishing 9 films about the Skywalkers, and then we get to the 9th one, and it's about the Palpatines. It's about Cream Cheese himself. He finally won. Khan. So. And scene. So how do you guys feel about that? I mean, I'm still positive. I mean, I still get a little thrill up my leg when I go see when I see a Star Wars figure hanging on the rack, and I find out I don't need any more of these. But
I do like to look through and see what's available.
Yeah.
If I ever see anything cool, I would love to buy something, but nope, it's always something stupid.
Right. And I'll be honest, there was a 2-for-1 deal, and I got a Mace Windu Black Series. Wait a minute. The box said Black Series. Because it's kind of self-evident, right? And then there was another figure, and it was purple hair herself. I said, I can't pass up this deal. I gotta get it. And I have in my garage, got a bag with Mace Windu on one side of the bag, and then old purple hair herself. Now that I feel bad about.
I don't know if it's with y'all's kids, but when I was a kid and I had a lightsaber, and it was the ones that fold up, and you would fling it to make it come out.
Yeah.
My kids don't understand that. Like, they just fling it out once, and they play with it the whole time. They don't overdo it. With me, mine actually got worn out from me flinging it out, putting it back. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we used to collapse it all the time. You take your hand and slam it down to where it was like, a 4-inch little. Because when Bryon, same thing, are more of like a see-through type of thing. We had ones that had flashlights. Bryon, you remember that?
I only got about half of what you were saying. You're blipping out on me. I don't know if anyone else hears it or not. I get some digital feedback. I think you're talking about I don't know if my son had one that lit up, but he had several of those fold out kind. And then when they came out with the full size ones that you could kind of play with some, but were made the sounds and all that. And he saved up for his.
No, I'm talking about when we grew up. When you grew up.
Oh, with flashlights.
It was a flashlight, and it had a little like a disc on the flashlight part, which was colored.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, but the actual blade was kind of like a frosted color.
Yeah.
And we used to flip it forward, and then you turn on the light. They had those. That I remember those being like some of the first ones, and then they had it where then the blade itself was colored.
Yeah.
Tom,
Yeah. My kids had the ones that were the ones you guys are describing, but they fold up inside the hilt.
Right.
You fling them out.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get stuck and you can't get them down.
Yeah.
I have a Kylo Ren lightsaber.
You had to keep like flicking it real hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought Kylo Ren would be cool.
It could have been. I mean, this is the thing that bothers me the most about the Disney Star Wars movies, of what they could have done. I've heard the treatments that Lucas had, and I don't know if I like them or not. But when you have JJ saying, "Yeah, we want to make something for the fans," and it's like, what you made is you repackaged the first movie and fed it back to us. And some people were, caught up in the nostalgia. Oh my God. Quiet.
No.
Child.
She's remembering seeing The Force Awakens.
And then with no plan, no, granted, yeah, there's all kinds of, did Lucas really plan out everything? Did he not? I mean, he went back and forth and things, and there were ideas that were bandied about. But what got created were 3 movies, 3 different directors, but they're coherent. What we have now are 3 different movies, 2 different, well, depends on how you want to count directors. I don't know, is it 7 or 8?
Yeah. Committee.
Done by committee. All these check boxes get, all these things that they do to create these movies. Story is last. But they could have made an incredible story. And we've talked about on this show, we've talked about different ideas, whether, maybe you have Rey being a Jedi and hiding, kind of, or waiting. She's been told by Luke, he's had a vision, go here and wait, and they'll come to you, and they're kind of fighting over Finn, and Finn is force sensitive. Mm-hmm. I think it made sense to have him at least be slightly force sensitive in the first one as to why the training doesn't take. But then they ruined that in the Rise of Skywalker, and have him finds a whole platoon of these stormtroopers who had conditioned from birth, but somehow break their conditioning. And I know they did release that. That's what he kept wanting to tell Rey, that he thought it was force sensitive. Well, that should have been in the first one. Right. I mean, they could have had this, somewhat of an echo of the previous films, where you've got the light and the dark fighting against a new pupil, but they could have had that be, a female Jedi, a black stormtrooper does he become a Jedi? Does he become a Sith? Does he become something different? But even that, JJ relegates the black guy in the movie to comic relief, and then Ryan makes him even more of a buffoon in The Last Jedi.
Right.
And he has him pining over either white women or Asian women. I mean, can we get any more stereotypical? He's a space janitor.
Janitor.
Right. The somewhat ambiguously Hispanic guy. He's always wanting to steal something. It's like, so it's done by committee, but they go through all these stereotypes and throw them in the movie. And they're not no one's an archetype. No one's a type larger than themselves, and everything feels really small.
Bravo. Exactly. Totally agree.
What are you drinking?
Hot chocolate and coconut rum. Malibu? Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
It's really good.
I'll just take some coconut rum.
Is she even old enough to drink?
Yeah, she's almost 23.
You already have.
And she's acting like that?
She talks to her father that way?
No, she was on. Were you on Twitch? Were you streaming?
Twitch.tv/Kelly213 if you want to watch.
Oh, she's on Twitch.
Put that in the chat. Put that in the chat so I can go to it and then tell her to shush. Hey, shush your face.
You respect your dad.
Can't be normal in this family. We can't be normal.
Oh my God.
Oh, now she's abusing her elder.
It sounds like elder abuse.
I heard a whip or something.
Like
I keep hearing smacking.
Yeah. Oh.
I commissioned him. It made me so happy. It's Street Cherub. My favorite. I need to put it
Street Cherub.
Yeah, I don't know.
How come your daughter's not on the show?
This.
I mean, just put her on as a guest.
I told her she could be on tonight, but she said she didn't want to be on.
I'm not going to be told anybody. My father would tell me.
To give enough input.
We're not talking. Why are you talking like Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn.
You're talking like a New Jersey.
Quinn talks like this, she's like, you
She just Harley Quinned you, man.
Too good for him. She's too smart. I'm practicing my accent for when
Dad, you shouldn't be on that show with those bunch of guys.
Oh.
They're messing with your head.
Well, there's the link. Did you see it?
Yeah, I'm already trying to go there. My stupid computer's super duper slow.
I see what's in your head, and it's
she's not. She's. I guess what does she got on up there?
Hey, easy now.
Overwatch.
I'll tell you.
They're playing Overwatch. So that you can decide if she's any good at Overwatch.
Oh, who is?
I don't even know what Overwatch is.
Well, there you go. They're in the pregame right now. She's going around putting decals on the wall.
He's sexy. Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
There, that's what I could do. I'll share that.
5, we lost you. Red 7, we lost you.
He's so attractive. Are you kidding me? You cannot look at this
So-
face, this body, and tell me you would not attract.
Yeah, there could have been things that were done differently
I would love for him to just put me
to
on
make it a
his shoulder,
coherent,
carry me around
cohesive story, but that's just
No,
the way it
we're
turned
gonna
out.
talk
I
about
mean,
that.
Well, it
These
turned
people
out because
weren't-
they didn't plan it to be anything else.
well, okay, George Lucas didn't plan on episode 5, but he pulled his head out of his butt, bought
Right.
himself a Ferrari, and he wrote another story because he
Yeah.
hates writing. He absolutely hates writing.
There you go.
I'm full health.
So is that what is that?
Hold on, let me
Your daughter has one eye.
mute them. Huh?
Your daughter has one eye. I'm sorry. Maybe her eyes are more tuned. I mean,
But there you go. There she's playing whatever.
It's too it's taking forever to load, so I just exit out. But you should just be like, "Hey, shush."
well, just become a character on the team. You know, set up your own guy and then blast her. I mean, that's
How
one way to,
hilarious would it
one way
be?
to dominate right
How
there.
hilarious would it be is to just camp and just kill her like every single time you turn around?
Oh my God, my boomer dad just shot me.
Oh my God.
Well, I have to have a Windows machine to play that
Don't
game.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need a new laptop like bad.
no! Oh my God.
She got
Shut
killed.
up.
I really should record my son. He's 14.
Hardcore.
Outside, I can hear him outside of the house when I go walk the dogs and he's playing.
Yeah.
I said, "You better not say an F word or the big word that these kids like to say now to think they're trendy." And
Okay, boomer.
yeah, exactly. Better shut that window. Better not embarrass our family. I just planted 2 new trees to look like the Joneses. Now you better don't embarrass me. So
Yeah. I need to edit another review. I didn't get it done today. All right, are we done, or what? We got any more topics?
I think so. We lost Red
Uh-huh.
7.
Actually, hey, LMP's coming on.
He is.
Yeah, he said, "Give me a few."
I'm out.
How many's a few?
I'm asking.
You tell that rap bastard he's late. Just like I
Well,
was
we
late.
almost had Reality's Frank on today, and then he chickened out.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
he
he
was
have
like,
his
"I'm
own show?
fading." At like 7:00, he's like, "I'm fading fast."
What? These young kids, man. Back in my day.
My wife said she bailed on the stream because the chick in the background was really annoying. So we lost our one listener. Thanks.
I'm telling you, Channel Dad, you should have her on like as a guest
I
guest
need to
star.
put her in another room, or we're going to be echoing.
Hey, you should build a wall and insulate it.
Build it 10 feet higher.
Yeah.
The wall just got 10
Donald
feet
Trump.
taller.
I got you. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die.
What
I
did
heard
you just
Trump.
think?
No, you didn't hear Trump. You heard build that wall.
Yes. Weeb.
Buenos dias.
What's up, Weeb?
the hell you guys talk about?
There. This is what we're talking about right here.
Weeb.
Talking about
What
your-
is that now?
your,
Is that when you guys get
coronavirus?
that, smoothie
Talking
thing?
about your future.
Are we talking
woman.
about Kellogg's?
Yeah,
She's
you're
looking
on your phone,
fantastic,
Steve.
Leap. Can you guys hear me?
That's right.
Yes.
Just you. No, we wish we didn't.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Well,
You guys wish you could. You guys wish I would be silent. You and everybody
That's
else on the
right.
internet.
Silent
No,
minority.
we were. I put. She's on Twitch playing
Am I-
Overwatch, and we were
Am I
watching. it for a little
roboting
bit.
or are you?
Am I
I
roboting?
probably am. I got these wireless headphones on, so
No,
I
you
probably
sound
might be
fine.
roboting.
No, you're all right.
Roboting.
I need to edit another one of these.
So was that really good? The because I like me some soju, you know, in moderation, but
Yeah, it was pretty good, and mixing it with that lemon yogurt stuff was really interesting.
yeah,
Hey,
Or
or
that
is he
melon
roboting?
yogurt.
no
Who?
one's roboting.
No one's roboting, unless LMP's
Okay.
trying to talk, and there's something that's got a little bit of static, but that's it.
Pero él es un robot.
LMP is not a robot, unfortunately.
Usted es un robot de Nueva York. I don't even know what that
He is
means.
a spickpot. Hecho en Mexico, poorly, I might add.
Hey, we gotta all start somewhere. We all gotta die
Well-
sometime, Red.
Well, unfortunately,
How do y'all put
from
that?
what I understand, Corona has not destroyed Mexico yet.
What?
There must be something in the water.
It's a targeted.
Am I any better?
Yes.
All right. It's like you started playing that video and everybody just started roboting like crazy.
Oh, okay. No, I was probably causing too much lag for you then.
And my piece of junk laptop couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah.
JT's in my chat. Hello, Tyler. How are you doing?
I'm just gonna listen. Exciting.
Just, hey, does anybody care about 007 like while we're still trying to do a show?
No.
No. Bring up
Crash
something
fire.
that's not depressing. Now she has been getting into wrestling and stuff. Wrestling.
Who?
Kelly.
Like wrestling
Yeah.
you just randomly when you're getting a sandwich and she
No, the
just suplex you.
chef or whatever they're called. Not the WWE, but the other one.
AEW?
AEW.
Kelly.
TNT.
What wrestling is it you like watching?
Huh?
What's the wrestling you
Huh?
like to watch?
NXT.
NXT.
Oh, NXT.
WWE.
Okay, she has fine taste in wrestling.
Oh no.
Ask her what her opinion
That's
is on AEW, Lape.
What do you think of AEW?
I don't watch AEW.
She
That's what I
doesn't-
think of AEW.
She didn't watch it. That's what she thinks of it.
Tell her that some Mexican in New York City thinks it's trash and it's overrated garbage.
Wait, you don't like
Lucha
AEW?
Libre de Mexico.
I don't
What's
think
wrong with
it's
AEW?
garbage. I just like saying that to trigger its fans, but I'll be honest with you. I tried watching it, I couldn't get into it.
I remember that there was this wrestler back in the day. His name was Mil Máscaras. Anybody remember him?
Yeah,
Mil
well-known wrestler,
Máscaras,
well-known
which
dude.
meant 1,000 masks. So when you like beat him down and everything, you know, the big thing in like Mexican wrestling is you take the dude's mask off, right? They would take it off, and then there'd be another mask underneath it. The most I ever saw that they got off him was 3 masks, and they never saw his face. Now that's high drama.
See, that's the thing about wrestling nowadays. That everybody's so preoccupied in trying to make it into this sport. They're trying to make it into something it's not. It's losing identity. This very like culturally PC crowd, internet fanboys, and the fan.
Oye, robot, está beep boop beeping.
Huh. You know what? Let me try to eliminate these headphones and see if this does better. Hold on.
So yeah, this guy, Mil Máscaras.
Okay, how about that?
Unfortunately,
better?
that worked. Yeah, unfortunately, that worked.
Ah, damn it! See, I didn't want my voice like to be booming on this channel, but whatever. As long as 10
Well,
people
you-
don't complain, I'm fine.
You've only gotten in trouble with it once in like the last 6 months, so you'll be all right.
Yeah. Tommy, where'd you go, Tommy? Watch
I'm
this.
trying to get my avatar done. Like
See,
the
I don't know if
little
it's me
picture.
or if it's my
Okay.
connection. It's you guys. I have no idea.
It's probably you.
Well, as all of your girlfriends have said, it's you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so
always
back
you.
to the whole. All right. So let me just finish on my little
assuming
wrestling rant, just so I
girlfriends,
can.
Hey, LMP. We're not talking about wrestling. What do you think about the Batmobile?
I'll be honest. I have no interest in it. So until the movie comes out, I'm indifferent right now.
Why?
Just don't. I'm just kind of getting tired of following these hype trains. So I'm just gonna wait till the thing actually comes out, and if I feel like going, great. If I don't feel like going, then fuck it.
Well, let me give you an example. I think that LMP is talking about. Do you remember how wonderfully cool the trailers were for The Last Jedi? Dun, dun,
No.
bum, 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 bum. It was awesome. They were cool. They built all this like mysteriousness and mystery, and then wah, 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 when you got out of the theater. So it's like
Hey,
the same thing. He's saying I'm going to wait until it comes out.
hey, LMP. What's your favorite Batmobile?
That's a good one. That's a good question to ask. It's gonna sound like a bit of a cop out because you know what is my favorite Batman of all the versions that exist.
What?
Well, we're gonna go more with like the television or the movie medium as opposed to the comics. I know I haven't read every
Can-
Batman comic there is.
Can we stick?
But,
Can we stick with like movies?
Okay. Well, see now that makes it a little. I mean, but honestly,
Can we stick
you
to an
can't
answer
always,
that's under a minute?
like the classic
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. Not gonna lie, the Michael Keaton one. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Love that Batmobile. Grew up with that.
Would you like to drive? Would you like to chase bad guys in that car through your town?
There'd be a lot of things I'd be chasing with that car in this town.
But like, dude, did you know that car is like 22 feet long?
You have any idea how many accidents that would cause it in different parts of New York City alone?
It's like a Bonneville roll.
Thank you.
This is one of the reasons I find The Dark Knight an unrealistic movie.
Yeah, because of this 22-foot long car.
All right, question. Since they're coming out with the new Batman movie, who would you cast for Batman?
Well, aren't they casting Robert Pattinson?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the
Robert
Twilight
Pattinson.
guy. It's that dude from Twilight. Is it right? Twilight?
Honestly,
yeah.
Twilight. Okay, the guy's not a bad actor. I'll say this and foremost. I've actually seen some of his other stuff, and he's pretty decent. It's just
His
that
porn
weird.
work?
It's just his appearance. It's just that weird, like twiggy fuckboy looking look that he got going on, and didn't help that he was with Kristen Stewart, but he's not a bad actor. He's really not. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I saw. Yeah, so
I'd rather see John Cena.
Everybody's going to deep now.
Who?
John Cena. Go back to like the 80s Batman.
Shut your mouth.
Big and
Shut your mouth.
Better than a twig.
John Cena would be a good casting choice.
Shut your mouth.
Can you imagine him going up against Joker?
Maybe.
Joker, the bat is here. You can't see
Joker
me.
would, yeah, I was going to say,
salute.
Joker would be like, who? I can't see
At that point, you
him.
might as well cast this.
Boop, beep, boop.
Beep boop.
I can't see the bat.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen with wonderful toys.
That right.
Dude, no. And it's John
Okay,
Cena.
All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, well, who would you cast then?
What was that? Army Hammer. I think he's got a good look. And John Hamm. Those guys
John
have good.
Okay.
Those have good looks. Like they look. I think they would fill the suit out good and just be a good Bruce Wayne. I don't know about. I don't know. Maybe a Batman. I don't know.
Let's think about what about Liev Shearer
I don't know who that is.
or Liev Schreiber? Is that his name? Schreiber?
I don't know.
With Sabretooth
Yeah.
in that
He could work.
X-Men, the Wolverine movie. Yeah.
He was actually the best.
He's
The best
kind
part of that movie.
established- Oh, he's what's his name? On the TV show that's on what you call it, Showtime.
I don't have Showtime, but I'm looking at his
Stop.
picture. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, I mean,
I stopped watching
could-
Showtime
yeah.
when I discovered hardcore porn.
Shut up,
and you
weeb.
saw the Robert Pattinson films.
He could. I think he would
I
be
said-
cool.
I said
I think he could
hardcore.
do it.
Could The
Yeah.
Rock do it?
No, too big.
Nah, that's it. We don't need the Rock and everything now.
That's
yeah,
true.
I know.
But you need, I don't know, when I think
Like,
of
listen.
Batman, I think of like
Whoa.
the 80s style. Where
I think
it's like
Whoa.
muscle and
good
Yeah,
as
muscle.
hold
one of the
up.
guest star villains, that comes
Hold the
on.
phone.
Who?
All right, so I'm looking up that Liev Schreiber guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, and
Okay.
so it's telling me like all the different family, like it's telling like all the different people that he's like related to.
Yeah.
Do you know who his brother is?
Is it Pablo Shriver?
Yeah, Porn Stash from Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And he's also
I did
he was on
not know
12
that.
He was on was it 13 Hours?
Yeah.
He was a big saw gunner.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that they were brothers. Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
He was also in The Wire, I think season 3.
Yeah, I just didn't know they were related. That just blew my mind.
Yeah, they're fantastic actors. I mean, they can pull
I mean, I'll be
out-
honest. I don't follow a lot of celebrity stuff. I don't know.
So are we going to take the last few minutes of the show so that LMP can talk about Gamergate and August Ames?
Gamergate was
If he
a conspiracy
wants.
to sell you no games.
There
August
it
Ames
goes.
had a great pair of tits and knew how to definitely sell staring large cocks. Some guy some guy from some show about bullshitting liked to stare at dicks. I don't know whatever happened to him. He probably would have enjoyed those August Ames videos too, but not for August Ames.
Oh my gosh. There it goes.
Sometimes you have to have a little world class to appreciate to appreciate a little humor. Other times you have to have world class to take it up to be staring at dicks. Is all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
And make sure
don't
you're
worry,
not
that'll get us
bullshitting
banned.
any-
That'll
any-
definitely burn a lot.
And he couldn't stop.
I know he wove that
That's what I
thing in
mean.
like
Start shit.
a Persian rug maker. I mean, that was wonderful.
I'm dying over here.
Got
That's
every
so
little
funny.
weave in there for that, for that little slight tone he was doing. Muy perfecto, mucho máximo.
A question for
I love you,
guys. Who
LMP.
here saw the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Not yet.
No.
I'm gonna wait
It's
for
gone.
Lent.
It's not even in theaters.
Y'all going robot on me.
I said I'm gonna wait for Lent to watch it.
I saw it. I enjoyed it, and I wanted to hear you guys' opinions on it. Was all.
I haven't seen it. I'll probably wait till the Redbox.
Well, LMP, you asked the wrong question, didn't
That's
you?
fine.
Didn't,
It was a good movie. I'm just waiting.
Glad we're a six-stack.
Hey, did you know that the 1989 Batmobile was over 21 feet long?
like a Pontiac Bonneville. Now, does it have
So we're waiting
glass
for the
back on
100-foot
it?
Batmobile.
Did you know that the Batman Forever Batmobile was 300 inches?
I'm gonna just laugh on that alone.
That's
the
25 feet.
The Rambler was at 0.00039 kilometers. Is that what we're going to hear next?
I don't know. Which one?
The one in what is it? Batman Begins or something, or
Oh, that's 15 foot long. It's actually really short.
so it's 0.279, 0.200000079 kilometers.
That's
Long.
really good if you knew that.
Well, I'm a bit of an autist.
Um,
That explains so much, Lape. That would explain so much.
Okay, first of all, usted no sabes quién están hablando.
Batman and Robin. The
Just learn-
Batmobile was 33
Of course, I
feet
can't tell. You
long.
all sound alike with your beep boops.
beep boop beep boop.
LNP. Can you hear me?
What's up?
Batman
Yes,
and Robin.
you're the only one I can make up. Okay.
33 feet long.
Wait. Hold up. Before I laugh at that, are you saying that Batman and Robin together are 33 feet long?
No, the Batmobile.
When they spoon. Come on, guys. No, there's
Okay, because that's about to get all sorts of weird.
maybe it was cold. They were doing some.
Listen, I admire Batman, but I don't want to hear about the length of his mobile.
Yeah.
You know, there's some women in chat right now that are probably they're probably saying it's not about the length, it's about the width. So you better start cracking out those numbers soon.
No, the only woman that was here left because Lape's daughter was too annoying.
What? Oh, you're talking about daughter. Never mind. Again, you could tell her Lape that she looks lovely. You know, I know things were messy in the divorce, but I seem to have recovered.
Tell her that she's running off our female audience.
Okay.
Well, LMP, you're gonna have to walk up that road. And you're gonna find a sodium red vapor laser on your chest before you make it to that house.
No, you won't. It's Lape. He doesn't own that kind of stuff.
He's gonna take you out in the next county if you show up.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he's gonna take me out in the next county for dinner.
Yeah.
Touché, my friend. See how I set that one up?
Mm-hmm.
But Lape doesn't own that kind of technology. None of us do. We all lost it in a boating accident.
I'm just not allowed to have it in New York City.
Well, Lape does have that type of technology that'll show all the entire movements of LMP when he rolls into that town and he gets flagged through customs. He'll know exactly.
They'll want to see his papers.
That's right.
What identities haven't I assumed to be in this country?
He's like, what you doing up here, boy? What's happening? Who you
In fact, in 3 states I go by Martha
Boy,
Stewart.
that's racist.
Boy. The guy asking him, you know what? It is. So anyway, I concede. But he'll say, like, what you doing in these parts here, son?
What you doing in my waters? How about Greg?
Taking a dump.
Yeah. I'm gonna dump in your river, sir.
I gave you the Mexican virus.
Which I'm certainly not fishing. Why's the line in the water? It's attached to your rod, mother liquor.
Yeah, on some real shit. I was having to talk about this earlier. They were saying what would happen to me if I got pulled over by the cops or something like that. And there was like, what if you get racist cops? And I'm like, oh shoot, you're making it seem like a walk in the park. I'll out racist them.
Yeah, we become buddies all done.
Be like, we could. Be like, want to see how racist I are? All right, go get a bunch of your buddies, bring them back, and I have a penny right here. We're gonna go to the nearest cliff. I'm gonna toss it off and see which one of them takes a dive.
We like you, sir. Why don't you come to dinner with us?
It's like it has to be because I eliminated Goldstein.
That's right.
I always eliminated Goldstein.
You had eliminated Goldstein, but Epstein didn't kill himself.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, what was the official ruling on that? That he backflipped off the bed and that's how he choked himself?
Yep.
Well, he did a somersault too, didn't he?
Something like that, yeah.
They found him doing a split at the end.
Yeah, apparently so. He wanted to go out like David Carradine did.
And all these little hangings. What if they knew stuff?
David Carradine probably has a lot of skeletons in his closet.
Yeah. What about David Hutchison, from the singer from NXS? He was on the end of a red sash and a doorknob. They all went out like that. What if it was the same killer?
Well, red, common color.
All right, we gotta start looking at their connections. If we see anything with the letter C, L, I, N. Oh, hold up! There's a red light.
He forgot how to spell it. He forgot how to spell it.
Wait, hold on. L. Wait, hold on. C.
No,
God, it's moving around fast. It's moving around fast. It's moving around fast.
You need to stop before you
Wait,
get.
I can stop this. I can stop this. I can listen. No, it's not me. It's not me. It's not you guys. Here, I'll name the true culprit. SANEE. Okay, they stopped. They stopped. Dodge the bullet.
ERGREN.
Don't worry, I dodged the bullet. They said that this better be the last time.
Okay, Neo.
Now listen, you gotta admit that rivalry is a dangerous one. I'm staring out my window, just making sure I don't have any people looking this way. Okay, everything's fine. And we just got to make sure they have no connections with said person. God, can you imagine all these people hanging?
Right. And 2 shots to the back of the head, and they rule it suicide.
That is true.
So,
message who?
Channel Dad. Shall we close it out?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Lape.
Sir?
Sir?
So it seems that I'm the one with
You
the
have,
beep booping going on. My connection is
Hey, shut up,
having
LP.
some shit weather or the coronavirus. I don't even know at this point.
Hey, Lape, can you pull up the YouTube channel for Justin, the Podcasting Dead, and show it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank
let me
you.
bring that up.
I have something to talk about.
Is she still going off in the background?
Yes.
Is she still on Twitch? Because I'm about to go like really mess up that channel right about now.
Yeah, she's still on Twitch. That's what she's doing. She's in there playing. You can hear the other person that she's talking to.
Overwatch sucks.
All right.
It's basically glorified hentai the game.
Yay! All right, guys, so check it out. This channel is the Podcasting Dead. Justin, our buddy from last week, him and a buddy JP run this channel, where they cover The Walking Dead 1. They cover conspiracy theory and weird, like the Dogmen or Chupacabra or whatever. Like they have different topics. On Sunday night at 10 o'clock, we are going live to discuss the most recent episode of The Walking Dead, and I will be joining them. So
Great.
go to that channel, subscribe, and turn your bell notification on so you can see me and say hello whenever we go live.
Definitely will go to the channel just to watch the Chupacabra video and then be the dumbass in the comment section that says, that's not what a Chupacabra looks like.
Well, they don't talk about what it looks like. They just talk about like encounters and tell stories about people who have encountered them and stuff like that. It's not like, they just talk about that kind of stuff.
I've encountered that fucker every week. I'm already on I've been on a 5 winning streak so far last month.
Oh, but they're a good group two dudes that just like to have fun and shoot the bull. So if you guys get a chance, just check them out.
All right. You heard it, chat. For the two of you that are listening.
You
It's
just gotta
one
send me a link.
because my wife left. I'll send you a link.
Oh, so that was the only other girl audience member.
Yeah, it was my wife. She got
just
mad.
asleep.
Yeah, I know. There you go, Tommy. It's in the
Don't
chat.
worry. At least he. Who?
The Lape put the link in the chat for that channel.
Ah, okay. All right.
So.
So I'll definitely check it out when I
Anyway,
get this.
that's all.
I
That's all I wanted to plug.
So I guess you guys already been talk a lot of things. Oh man, it's
Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah, I listen. I didn't really have anything prepared. I was just gonna bullshit and say some random dumb shit. And you guys probably covered all sorts of weird things.
We did.
Mainly
about mainly about the fact that the Batmobile is 21 feet long.
21 feet long. How wide?
I don't know. Let me
come
look.
on. The public has a right to know. You got to cover that with some class, sir. You got to cover these topics.
It's right
with
here.
some class.
Hold on.
I still
right
think
here.
Iron Man would win.
Shut your face.
It would. You know it would. His suit may
Gentlemen, solve this like men.
We're actually close enough. We can.
Hopefully you're not talking to me because
yeah, just make sure your Batmobiles are not together.
94 inches.
We talked about the Batmobiles for almost the first hour, almost the entire first hour.
7.8.
And we're still back to the freaking Batmobile.
I swear to God, I'm about to go like troll Kellogg's channel once I'm done taking out the trash.
Did you know that the tumbler is 9 foot 2 inches wide? That sucker's almost a square.
Yeah. Well, a Hummer is that big. That's what she said.
15 foot 2 inches long, 9 foot 2 inches wide. It's almost a square.
Yep.
At 2.5 tons.
There's a 1.5 coefficient in there, so. It's not
and
really
it runs on a 1.21 gigawatts.
Is that the one with 1,500 horsepower turbine?
That one. That is too easy.
Turbine. No, I don't see no turbine.
All right, so just for its and shiggles. Oh, this is a different one. Lamborghini made a different one. So the Lamborghini SUV, the Lamborghini Urus, is 201 inches long and 79 inches wide. So
0.3.
I was just waiting to hear what she had to say.
641 horsepower and cost $207,000. My first and second house combined didn't cost.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Hey, the BVS Batmobile is 12 foot wide.
Because they had to have Ben Affleck in it. That fat motherfucker.
12? How do you drive that thing down a one-way street?
You don't.
Oh, we gotta go down an alleyway. I guess we're not going.
They're not going to drive it down the Rose
I know.
Parade, okay? It's not going to be there.
People hate on Ben Affleck and they forgot about George Clooney.
With the nipples.
12 feet.
That was the worst Batman.
7,000 pounds.
I have a Star Wars question. Not a question, a comment.
Hold up.
Okay.
All
right.
Maximum turn speed, 19 miles per hour.
Yo, you got excited there just now.
19 miles per hour to make a turn.
Is that good?
No, that's awful. You have to slow down to 19
I
miles
need a little
an hour
context
to
is what
turn.
I needed.
Well,
Yeah, we
shoot,
don't have the
y'all
turning
on,
radius of this either, because obviously on the
vehicles.
That's almost
interstate
a
you're going
mile
to
a foot.
turn and you're not going to slow down to 19 miles an hour.
But he's gonna fishtail like he's
You have to. You
like he's
have to
doing
slow down
Tokyo
to 19
Drift.
miles per hour to make a turn.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the Cybertruck yet?
Oh my god.
No, you shut up.
All right,
Way to clip.
all right, Lape. I'm about to go ruin that stream in a minute.
Yo,
Don't
you
ever
all
cross
talk.
streams.
Go do it.
Don't ever cross streams. Speaking of streams, Air was taking a piss, and I'm thinking, Episode 4. We have chosen to test the station's destructive power on your home planet Alderaan. And then the test, right? And you're seeing all the Death Star workers, and then they go to that little, which is actually a video like switcher, and he pulls down the hand real fast. He goes whang, and he whacks it down, and then it goes doo and blows up Alderaan, right? But he pulled that handle down real slow. However, let's flash forward to the Battle of Yavin. They've got Rebel X-Wings and Y-Wings just blowing the shit out of the Death Star. They have to dispatch Darth Vader to go out and destroy them ship to ship. And when they do the final shot that they're going to blow up Yavin, the guy does it really, really slow. He pulls that handle down real slow.
So how many feet was it?
It was 14.2 feet and a turn radius of 22 with a speed of 19.5 miles an hour. So why did they do it real slow when they're getting attacked? And when they're doing a testing, he cranks it down real fast. Wouldn't you think it would be opposite? Holy shit, they're about to blow us up. Let's crank it down real fast. They didn't do that.
It's one of those things I'm scratching my head to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
So nobody else even found a problem with that.
Again, I'll be honest with you. This is the first time I really thought about something like that, and yeah.
I think they got the editor switched to two footages. The two footage. The two of them.
The footage, yeah.
Footage eye. Fungi. I don't know. It's just something I thought about.
That's me.
This is called filling air.
Well, it wouldn't be a Fancast episode without
A stupid ass question like that. Here to me, yeah. I achieved what I set out to do. Here to me is the best part of the entire trilogy, the OT, right? If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will. And what do you hear with Vader? Just normally all through the movie, right? And when Luke says, no, you hear from Vader. He was scared shitless at that point.
That was really badass scene, actually.
It is to me, that is the most pivotal scene right there, because Vader, he plays like he's all cool and everything and all in control. And when Luke raises that saber against him, he goes, which is like gasping. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, because he was really trying to piss him off. He was really trying to get that darkness in him. But
normally he's, there's the exhale, inhale, but at that point he was like holy crap, I pushed my son too far.
Well,
so anyway,
listen, we've established in this channel several times that if anything, the original trilogy was the greatest redemption story ever told. So there you go. Maybe Vader just wanted to see what his son was all about and realized that evil can't just triumph in everybody. So there you go. Luke Skywalker triumphed evil turned daddy good, and told Palpatine to go suck a dick off this ledge.
But then Palpatine won.
Because no, that ain't happening.
No, because his granddaughter is a Palpatine.
Oh yeah, I forgot those movies exist.
I'm telling you, he won. Straight up like a Rocky movie. He won.
Well, let's look
Fuck
at it like
Disney.
this. Well, I was gonna say that too, but let's not kid ourselves. Did we expect any better from them in the first place?
No.
I don't think we even knew
There you go.
the depths of treachery that they would stoop to. So I didn't see it coming. Unlike that asteroid in Armageddon. They saw that shit coming. They sent Blue Wheelie up there to try to demolish it.
Do you guys like that movie?
Which one, Armageddon?
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched it a few times. I won't say it's like a favorite movie, but it's an enjoyable watch.
It stands out.
I like the better version of it called Deep Impact.
That I remember watching only once, and I don't really remember it too well.
Well, it's a deeper film. It deals more with characters than just, I'm sorry, I never saw Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go into space, everybody's going to be, bringing up either Star Wars or, if we're lucky, Spaceballs. Listen, Spaceballs has a better track record right now, and they kept it at 1.
True. Jews in space.
God, they called that shit.
History of the World Part 2.
Oh my God, they really called that so. Mel Brooks really called that so impeccably.
Yeah. So yeah. Deep Impact. If you get a chance, watch it again. It's a much more character-driven story.
Yeah, I gotta start putting a to-watch list again. I'm getting kind of bored, so I need to watch some stuff to keep myself entertained on those long Corona nights. Yeah, so apparently, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but apparently there was this one Asian kid that apparently recovered through the coronavirus by just watching anime. So the running joke now is just do nothing all day, watch anime, and you'll be completely fine.
Which anime? Death Notice? Which anime should we be watching to get over this thing?
Kill la Kill.
Oh dear God!
It's another Genjutsu.
Oh God, I would sooner.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Let me not say this. I was about to say something about that and on Naruto. I would not take Naruto any day. No, hell no.
Well, those people over at Area 51 thought it was their way to get around bullets.
They pussied
A couple
out.
of them didn't make it.
That guy pussied out.
He did, but he got a whole shitload of people to go up there.
Oh, that army was.
What's that?
Man, I was expecting people to get busted their heads open. I was expecting to see like power bombs, spears. I was expecting to see Rodney King all over again.
I was expecting that whole ridge when they're running, all of a sudden just get lit up like Apocalypse Now.
Can't we just all get along?
Or you just see the ship from Independence Day fly off.
That's right.
I love Independence Day.
What they didn't know is that you have to trek 19 miles past the gates to get to anywhere to the supply building. That's it. That's what you're gonna hit.
Hey, what the heck is all? What are all these toilets doing here? And they're all wrapped up.
And then you got
have to
another
go at
like
the speed of
7
19
miles.
You have to go at that speed of 19 miles per hour, chain link together at least 25 feet
To make a turn.
Exactly. They never had a
Because
chance.
the Batmobile is 21 feet long.
That's right. And so is the saucer that they're trying to find.
Well, it's 33 if you put them together.
Oh my god.
There's got to be somebody in the audience right now, someone in the chat, just rolling their eyes.
Since we're still on the show, Christian Bale is going to be in the MCU as a villain.
I did hear that.
Oh,
He wants to get
And
in
there's
on
a
the
meme.
action.
There's a meme where the dude that played Harvey Dent said, "You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain." And then the next little picture is Tessa Thompson confirms Christian Bale is going to be playing the villain in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Is this now what,
You know, it's
phase
funny,
4 or phase 5?
4.
4 is the one that we're going into.
Well, yeah, I think Spider-Man: Far From Home was the last of the phase 3.
Okay. Which I have yet to watch.
Did any of y'all watch
It's
the
not bad.
Joker movie?
The which one?
Oh yeah,
What'd y'all think of it?
Joker.
Which one?
Outstanding.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, Joker.
Best movie of the year.
Outstanding. Yep. Best performance too.
Only got
Yeah,
to
and I had
watch,
a few
the-
nitpicks.
Is it
but
get
that's
better
about it,
after
really.
the first 15 minutes? Because I only got to watch 15 minutes and I had to leave.
Oh yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
totally.
I don't know, the first 15 minutes just seemed boring, and I was hoping it got better.
And it gets
It does.
better
Oh,
after
yeah.
the first 15 viewings.
Yeah. I bought
Listen,
it. I bought it on Blu-ray. I bought the steel box because I really wanted that one.
Damn, that's an investment, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $39.
I know they
Man.
did like a foreshadowing at the end with Batman.
No, they're not. It's just a one-off.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about the movie, only because it got all these people and all these idiots wanting it to be canon now. And I'm like, please, can we just leave it as a one and done type of thing? It's just not everything needs to be a fucking sequel.
Yeah.
Or a tie-in or something. So
Ooh, what if it's a
that's one of the
good-
things that irked me about them.
Well,
What if it's a
DC's
good
gonna
origin
almost try.
story?
I mean, it was a good origin story, but like, the only place to go from here is just to show him get more comfortable with crime.
Right,
That's
'cause
really
he
the
was kind
only
of
way
averse
only
to
place
it.
you can go.
He was averse to violence.
Do what?
You know, he was adverse to violence and then he kind of grew into it.
Yeah. I mean, he admitted on the Murray show that he was like, you know what? It actually felt good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, Tommy, you need. Well, I'm not telling you what.
you need to
but
watch
just-
that movie.
Yeah, you need. Okay.
No, you need to watch that movie.
That's the
Yeah.
best scene of the whole movie.
Okay.
That is the best scene.
Because I
You
went.
get what you freaking deserve. I'm not even going to tell you what that context is, but when you see it, you'll be like, "Oh, I get it."
All right, I'll have to watch the rest of it. I just didn't have the time that day, and I was like, I don't know that.
Do you have it?
No, I was borrowing it from my brother, which I might still have. I may not get it back to him yet.
Aha.
But I
You
just,
should
I don't know,
definitely-
that 15 minutes.
If you
I
still
just
got
gotta-
it, if you still
Oh.
got it, just stop what you're doing and go watch it.
Or if not, go get the steel box set from ya boy.
Best Buy. Yeah, you can borrow it. Yeah, I'll let you borrow it.
Because you got to watch it in style. I mean, you know, it's like dressing up for an event. You get the steel box. That's like going to watch it in a tuxedo. You don't get any better than the steel box.
I wish he had killed those kids in the beginning.
Dude, yes. Do you know how awesome that would have been? If he had just beat the brakes off them kids, that would have been hilarious.
I mean, you had the R rating already. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Seriously.
no one's gonna care if you kill kids. You run over a dog. Now you're going into the R rating.
Oh
People will
yeah.
freak the hell out.
Or step on a mouse at this point.
Right. Exactly.
No, I mean, Joker had no reason to kill a dog.
Can't kill animals.
Now, what if it's the
I
penguin?
mean,
Can't. In movies, you cannot. People will freak the hell out.
That's true.
I mean, they freak out for everything nowadays.
Yeah.
So what's the point? You know, that again, one of the best things about the Joker movie was that it didn't care. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it was like going for the feelings thing. It was more of just the story narrative of like a man's this like he was already kind of messed up, but it was just this eventual tragedy, this insanity, this sink into madness, and just finding oneself in the madness and becoming one with the madness.
Comfortable with it, yep.
Yep, just letting it take over. And just say, you know what? I'm happy here. And you see that smile, that's the smile of a man that has found his place in the world. Yeah, I know it gets kind of deep. I don't give a shit.
I'm just listening.
I mean, again, like I said, I have my nitpicks with it, but other than that, it's a fantastic movie. Definitely one of the best movies of the past decade, if not the best. I'm trying to think of anything better than that, but it's really hard to find anything that even stands close at this point.
12 strong.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, there's some good contenders, but this one really took. Like, here's the thing about this movie that I like.
Ghostbusters.
I don't think that and this is probably something that me and Lape have talked about before on some of the earlier episodes. How a lot of these movies, a lot of these blockbuster type movies, or these movies in general, were made with the China market in mind, because they have to toe the line, they have to do certain things, certain changes have to be made, and you can kind of tell at points what those changes are, what it is that they're doing to appease that market, because they know they can get that sweet China money. Well, not anymore, but in the past.
Wuhan.
Exactly. With Joker, on the other hand, that movie did not need China to do as successful as it did. Let that sink in.
Oh wow.
Let that sink in. And keep in mind, Avengers, yeah, they get to those $1 billion, but who was kind of, helping along there to get the, up to that point?
Now, see,
you know who they're trying to.
The only thing I was thinking about the whole time with the Joker thing, are they going to make him like they did Thanos, where, yeah, he's a bad guy, but this is the reason why? He's not a bad guy. He just has a different view.
Well, this is how I look at Infinity War. The thing is that, yes, he is the villain because when you really think about it, by definition, the villain is the opposite of the hero. And in our world, Captain America, the Avengers, Iron Man, they're the heroes. So whoever they're fighting by definition would be the villain, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that Thanos' reasoning is you can't really fault him for that reasoning. He even outright tells you, you're thinking that I'm just doing this because I have this mad plan to just take over and conquer and destroy the world and rule it. It's like, no, in fact, I don't want to rule the world. I just want to stop it from its inevitable destruction. And I'm going to do it by doing this. And it's the things that he's telling you. I know there are going to be some people that are like, oh, that's not true, or he's going to buy it all wrong. And I'm like, if you really listen to what he's saying, he really truly believes in this, and he is kind of making sense. The point is, like, is he really the bad guy? And, the inevitable is that at some point, you're not, even the hero is going to have to admit defeat. At some point, even the hero has to acknowledge that there's only one enemy out there that you can't defeat, no matter what you try to do, and that's death. So this was the ultimate villain. The ultimate villain in the end was death. Can you defeat death? And the answer is no. Now, this is why you had all these people crying in theaters, because that's the reality of life. And that was my reaction during the second movie. What was that called?
Who let Kendo onto the stream?
He wouldn't come on this show. He has better things to do.
Yeah, but he's the one that would snore anytime I spoke.
Lape.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys hear that Wolverine and Cyclops might be gay couple?
Oh,
Yep.
don't tell me that.
He's gonna give him his claws, all right.
Comics.com.
Where?
Found it into
I'm pretty sure it was something like this.
comics.com.
Hey, bub, I can't quit you.
You're like, yo, Scott, Bob, you're looking kind of buff there, man.
Hey,
Oh
fool.
man.
Hey,
So these
sucker.
two stopped fighting over a hot redhead to get gay with each other.
She's still
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
is
go
probably
PG
really-
with it.
really
I
good.
don't know what to do. We're dead. I'm done.
All right, that's it. I'm about to go troll her channel. That's it. I'm doing it.
I thought you were gonna do that.
I actually have to log off of the stream because I'm on my phone.
Hey,
So, guys,
Mucho
I'm gonna
gusto.
go off to start shit on Kellogg's live stream. I also got to go toss out some garbage. So I'm going to be basically doing two things at the same time. So this is my final parting words before I leave. And this is about the Power Rangers movie because I heard about how it's going to go woke on us. And this is all I got to say. Are you people really surprised? Did you even watch the 2017 version? It was there. Okay? You had
Yeah,
Autism
it
Speaks
was.
as a Blue Ranger. And the Hot
Which that
Latina
was
was a
dumb.
lesbian. What, the Autism Speaks guy?
Yeah, man, that was so stupid.
Was Tweet Dwight
You know
in
that.
it?
Oh my God! I would
Why
not
didn't they
forget.
make him
You know what the
Zach?
crazy thing?
Remember Tweet Dwight?
Oh God!
She was the yellow.
I won't
Ranger.
forget. He said something about shoving cranes up his butt or something like that.
Yeah. Crane stones.
And he's like, my brain isn't like other people. I don't understand jokes like you do. I'm like, yep, he's the autist.
I thought he
Oh,
was
man.
hilarious.
If he can count cards for you and make you a lot of money, nothing wrong with that.
But I would have liked
he
to
reminded me
see
of the
him
kid.
be Zach.
Yeah, that would have made a hell of a lot more sense. But again, that was another politically correct move that they made. They made sure not to make the Asian Ranger yellow and not to make the Black Ranger
Yeah.
black. So, they knew what they were doing with that movie.
Hey, and did you know the Batmobile is 21 feet long?
I'm out of here with that one. All right, guys. You have a good night. I stuck around for a little bit. I'm gonna go troll Kellogg's Twitch channel now.
She said she's done.
Hey, screenshot your comments and post them on our group chat.
Wait, she's done?
Didn't she say she's done?
No, she's still
I
going.
don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought she said. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, I'm hearing voices.
Yeah, I was muted, so
Oh,
if you
yeah,
heard
that's
her
it. I'm outta here.
speaking, you've got really good ears.
Exactly.
Oh my
All right.
God! You can't just
Oh my God! Okay, woman,
Is
you're
that
going
guy
down.
talking about me again?
I'm so loud. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Oh, he
that
left.
group
Why'd he leave?
Dad,
All
that
right.
group of ruffians.
He's gonna
What
go
a
troll
loser.
your daughter.
Somebody is at our Hall of Fame, and I don't remember who it was.
It's Tweet Dwight, the
All
Yellow
right.
Ranger.
Sorry.
All right.
hey, did you see where world class bullshitters retweeted my meme? World clone BSers.
Oh no.
Sorry, Mom, I said BSers.
Why did you let this Mercy res? Why did you let her
Have
get that
have we
off?
heard from our world famous or world class inmate yet?
Oh,
Yeah.
Tap and Die?
No, Jeff. Is he okay?
You guys.
Do we need to set up a rescue
He's just
mission?
in California.
But we gotta.
They
For
did
what?
a show yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we have to help our boy,
I didn't get it.
our guy,
I don't know.
by calling in an extraction. Pull him out of there. Because it's not
Out of
going to end
California?
well. It's not going to end well.
I'm dead.
All right. You guys
wanna
say
go to
goodnight.
your
Let's go.
house
Let's get
there,
out of here.
Channel
So the Appalachian American can say.com. So Tommy, say goodnight.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace. First time on YouTube.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Prime.
I'm the Prime Groover tonight, and I've had a wonderful time. Sorry I was a little late, but no, I'm not sorry. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next week.
And this summer we won't have anything because Rally's Frank decided he wanted to go to bed. So Appalachian, take us out.
Hasta la vista, baby.
All right,
.com.